Yes, people. Welcome to United View and welcome to the red carpet. It's a little bit late. It's late. But KG looks like he's been here for a while. He's got his feet under the carpet.
Yeah,
he
taking
looks
the
very
jacket off,
comfortable. Yeah, you're good. He literally just made it in the intro. So shout out KG. Technically, he was there online before the show started. But there's a few that are just a little late in. So big up to everyone watching. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Of course, loads to talk about on the red carpet. It's been another busy week at Man United. And today's show is more about last chance saloon for the season. The season's nearly over. All we have is the Europa. Of course, KG made sure he was out of the country and he knows what happens when he goes out of the country. Owen was left on his Todd, and it only means I was at the game. That only means one thing with that recipe, and it happened. It happened. We lost. Yeah, we're gonna lose. And we did. Also Chido hasn't been registered for the Europa League as well. Aiden Heaven has, and Dorgu has. They only had 3 spaces that was allowed, and they put in Jack Fletcher as well. So they didn't choose Chido. But this was, as James was saying before we went live, what was the date again, James, when this was
February 13th, so it was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago, Chido weren't really this already. He weren't doing this.
He wasn't supposed to be, was he?
He wasn't supposed to be, exactly. Marcel's on his way in as well, so whenever he gets here, he gets here. Shout out to everybody who's in Ramadan right now. Be breaking their fast around this kind of time. Shout out Minna. I know that's what she's on. Yeah,
for 6. Yeah,
she was saying 6. Yeah, she was saying around that kind of time. So yeah, she said she got a busy evening. So big up to her and anybody else celebrating as well and observing their fast. Let's get into it, man. We're out the FA Cup season nearly done, James. Like, have you got much confidence in this Europa League?
No, I mean, how could you, right? I mean, the only positive to it is that for whatever reason, we've done well in Europa. Even under Amorim, I mean, we've won every game, haven't we? I think we've won as many in the Europa League as we have in the league in the last 2 months, right? Undefeated, only team that didn't lose in Europa. The last performance we put in, FCSB it was one of the best games we've seen overall. For whatever reason, it's just different, I guess. You know, the speed of the game, the physicality issues we have, they're less apparent against some of these European teams. That's all you can say, is it? I mean, even we've got goals scored there. We got players who haven't scored in 18, 20 games in the Premier League, but they seem to find the net when it comes to Europe. So that's the only thing you can kind of hope for. Yeah, that's about it, though, isn't it? It's rough. It's rough.
Nothing.
I'm as optimistic as it gets, but man,
Marcel, James has got nothing left. We're saying basically, is the season nearly done? It's all on Europa or bust. Can you spread some positivity to be like, no, don't worry, guys. With this, the Europa League's ours, or you're like, it's tight. Yeah. Okay.
Most sense you've ever made, Marcel.
Thanks, Owen. Thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah. But big up everyone. I hope big up the chat, big up the man. I hope everyone's good. I'm not worried about Europa League now. I'll be and I think James is right. I don't think our energy and our mind can be focused on the Europa League now. I think it has to be on the youth players and trying to get Ruben to be more brave in his selection and in preparation for next season. If he's not doing that, what is he doing with himself now? Because it's the remaining fixtures in the league. If you want optimism from me, I think Brentford and Bournemouth we can win. That's like in terms of expected wins. I know a lot of people don't want to have that energy of I expect to win, but I still have it.
Bournemouth
for 2 games. Yeah, for 2 games.
Brentford away.
For 2 fixtures. If that's as far as optimistic you will see me go in terms of fixtures, results, challenging up the table. Thank you.
Straight away. I mean, you gave him a home run. You gave Owen a home run, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
well, okay. So not the Wolves at home. Maybe you're saying the Bournemouth and the Brentford is the ones you're looking at going, yep, that's my W.
The last 6 points of the season. But other than that, you know, I'm looking at what can Ruben do to show that he's trying to do something for next season. That's all he's got really left. And how have I not seen Harry Amas? How have I not seen Seko Kone? How have I not seen more minutes for Heaven? How have I not seen more minutes for Chide? You know, that is where his minerals and his currency really gets earned for the remaining of the season and the bit into preseason and the next season. We need to see these players just a little bit more, whether it's 30-minute spells, 20-minute spells here and there. That's what's really going to get us excited. It's not going to be, you know, challenging against the rest of the teams for the rest of the season. And it will be a very tall ask for us to get something in the Europa League. I would like us to get something. Sociedad away, Spanish teams, it's difficult. But I'm expecting youth players to be played to prepare them for next season, because we're not going to have a big budget next season. It's going to be only 2 or 3 star players coming in, and you're going to want to count on or have more readiness for youth players. The Toby's coming in, the Kobe. You know, that's how we got Kobe into the fold. That's how we got Nacho into the fold. That's how we got Ahmad into the fold. That's how Rashi's been into the fold. It's from that predicament of not having many around to select from, and you're bringing and you're calling upon them. So start doing that, Ruben, within your system. Whichever ones make sense, start adding them in more, because these selection of players don't have the right acumen, don't have the right full amount of offensive qualities anyway. And I feel like he's playing too many defensive players. So why not try a youth player? The season is done for the league. We've seen it. We all feel it. So bring some vigor to it, bring some youthfulness to it, and let us push through to the end of the season.
Youngsters. Sulai says, hi Reds. Amorim out. I don't see it with him. Wow. Interesting. Solly said he's done. But you got a picture of Amorim there as well, I think. So we'll take that down. You don't believe in him. You think he's done already. So you might as well put up who you think the next manager is going to be then, Sulai. You're done, mate. Kaiser Franz says, breaking news. Ingrid won. Ingrid won. Yeah, Ingrid won the biathlon race in Stockholm. KG, play some music. Yes, let's go. The last month was hard, but Ingrid never gave up.
You know what? She's pulled it back because she was 17th and 15th. Or sometimes she done something crazy like, what do you say, 51st or something, 71. It was horrid.
I thought she was retiring. From the biathlon.
She's got one more in her. She's got one more in her, bro.
Why? How does this every show?
Actually, you celebrate. That's why
it's consistent.
There was a big response. I was like, oh my God, like Ingrid done it. She's pulled it out.
Yeah. We actually are going to start watching it as well. That's what's crazy. Shout out to you, Kaiser, though. Keep us updated. It's your ritual. You shouldn't stop now. Sub N says the negative fan base is going to get Amorim sacked. Players and impatient fans among us will bury another manager. I can see it. No patience in some. FH did it. Says, fellas, what do we expect? Most of these players are dog lovers after time to time. Give Eric Ten Hag his flowers. All right. Okay. WJ Barrett says this fan base will kill our youth. They was on Obi. Yeah,
they were. Oh,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely nuts.
I took screenshots. I kept it.
Yeah. KG was in the chat. KG was in the chat. He went, I've got all of you on camera. He was taking screenshots.
It's
good.
Wild. Dwayne says, afternoon, people. It's a good afternoon wherever you are in the world. Maybe we're somewhere near where James is then, if it's afternoon for you. Glory days are gone. Just gloomy. Yes, just gloomy days, 100%. KG, what are you saying? Someone just said there before FH did it. They said, like, this fan base, the toxicity will get the manager sacked, and in it, they're not ready for the patience, etc. It's another L. Yes, it was a draw. Then it was, penalties can go either way, but we lost. We're out. So on paper, it don't look good. What are you saying? Are you same?
I was asked the question today. I was asked the question. Hey, bro, why
you're a bit
you
low.
Is it?
I can turn just put yourself up a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
1, 2. Hello. Yo,
that's better. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we're good.
I keep getting. I still got more.
Go more.
Don't need to show off. Just
go more.
little bit more than little bit.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, brilliant.
Yeah.
Have you got your little mic thing?
Yeah. But it's over there.
Yeah.
Like,
You could probably
fair.
bring it a bit closer. It's a bit echoey. But all right, no,
Well,
not you have to
you
get
know,
up. Just
I don't want to.
if you arrive on time, you know what I mean. You can
Yeah,
go through these
Sorry.
things before we go live. You know what I mean.
All right.
But now the floor's yours.
Damn it, I've lost the train of thought. There you go. Listen, I spoke to someone today and I was like, bro, why are you backing this manager? And then I was like, there's no reason really. Like, I haven't shown me anything to make me back him. He hasn't shown, there's nothing in what we're seeing so far to say he's our manager for the long haul and stuff. I'm choosing to trust this manager. So I can't pull on anything to say, because he done that, this is why I'm backing the manager, or because he's done this, or because none of his things have turned out into anything just yet. You know, where we went out the FA Cup, the players that we have got rid of, obviously they're balling out, they're doing their thing. Like, his decisions, we'll know soon. You know what I mean? We'll know if it was worthy or not soon. At the moment, who's thriving from his formation?
Maguire?
Yeah, and that's not enough. You can't hang your hat on that.
No.
No
one's thriving. We're losing games every week.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. So no one exactly says nothing. There's no reason other than...
I would say Bruno's playing his best football he has in quite some time in the last little bit. Fair to Bruno, you know.
Bruno, you know, but yeah, it's been dark. Like, when you think about it, like, what players are really thriving? And Ahmad was at this moment, but he's injured. Yeah. So things have not helped him. So this is not me now rinsing the manager and stuff. I'm just saying I'm choosing to support this manager because I'm like, hopefully what he's instilling now will help us for next season. So he won't have to find out what players he wants to keep. He won't have to give everyone a fresh start. If he was starting let's say he was starting in as the season starts. Yeah, we already know that he's going to go on this journey, then quickly realize he can't trust those players. Now he knows all the criminals. They've all revealed themselves. Mm-hmm. So there's no fresh start stuff. As soon as the window opens, Man United should be trying to get busy. He already said, he had kind of alluded to, I know the players that I want to work with, and the players that I'm not working with, they know as well.
He spoke about how easy those types of conversations can be as well. He's like, if you explain it properly and just say to him, man, listen, it's nothing personal. He's basically saying, like, I ain't that deep. I will tell people they got to leave.
Yeah. And I like, do you know what I mean? But there's literally, as we stand here today, there's nothing to say why. I don't know who can tell me what they're backing at the moment. But then we're just, oh, wow, okay, good to hear. I'd love to hear from you. But yeah, I'm kind of blindly backing this manager and hoping he delivers. That's where I'm at the moment.
Marcel, you have to.
That's me being honest.
Well,
that's just me being honest.
Yeah,
I think
that's what it's about. Honestly, red carpet.
I think me and UKG were kind of aligned a lot of our thought process to Ten Hag last time in terms of backing him to the very end, why we were backing him. And I think we can't keep sacking managers, I think is another reason, because they're kind of empty reasons, to be honest with you. Like, they're not a massively strong reasons to hold on to. That's why I'm really I don't want to say proud. It's like, I'm like, rah, you're really honest by saying there's not much. I'm backing him, but there's not much there. Whereas I'm trying to find even the most minuscule things. You know, part of his, like, the way he carries himself in the media, he's really expressive and open to us. Like, we were kind of reading through the lines a little bit. Well, me not personally, and maybe to a degree yourself as well, because I feel like we could see a lot of what Ten Hag was trying to do. It's just there was lack of players, there was mitigating circumstances, all these other things. But it's like, I think the way he's really clearly laid out what he wants to do. And, you know, it's just, again, similar to Ten Hag, you know, carrying out instructions is something that's difficult for these players at the top level. They can't do it against top opponents. And it's even difficult for them to do it against lower opponents with certain type of conditions on the halfway line.
So they just can't do it.
So they just can't do it. So they just can't do it. And we've been kind of speaking to that narrative a lot of the time. There was times where we and you were saying, KG, they're not even better than Burnley players. They're not even better than these type of players. They're not even better. Like, and we would have those narrative and those discussions last season. Do you get it? So it's like, I think another thing that I'm trying to say is a good thing as well is he has that one idea, the formation, his articulation in the media are two things that I would say minuscule things, but I think you know, once you upregulate, which is what I was saying about last manager, upregulating the quality of players within the squad, you start to really see how it makes sense what he's trying to do. So
and you won't be able to get you're not going to get a true reflection of this manager without pieces and with the injuries that he's got. I know he can allow other clubs to say they got injured players, but we couldn't afford to lose Kobe and Ahmad. We couldn't afford to lose like Ahmad, maybe Ahmad especially. We couldn't afford to lose a player like that. And then you look at the striking force, like you guys are saying, when I'm watching the live, like Owen's saying stuff like the fact that it is just Chido. And it's not, Chido's been promoted because he's been killing it and they put him in because needs must. So this is one of those promotions of we have to, not oh my God, there was this youngster that was killing it in the with the youth, and he's like, now it's time to promote him. We fast-tracked the kid, which goes and shows you exactly where the team is.
It's recruitment once again, isn't it? It goes back to recruitment. I mentioned it a few times. Well, actually, all of the windows, I'm not saying this is Erik ten Hag's fault, because obviously there's a lot of people involved in recruitment over the last decade, but just in the last few years, I mean, our recruitment's been bad for the last decade, but, you know, you look at Eric's transfer windows whilst he was here, that first summer was panic right at the end. You buy Casemiro, 70 million quid, 4-year contract, and to the 100 million euros because we've lost our first 2 games. We could have got him earlier on, but we didn't. We panicked. In the end, got him. So much money thrown out there. And then the second window, we found a way to do even worse. That second summer transfer window might be one of the worst transfer windows in terms of aging poorly in recent memory. Andre Onana in goal. Not a goalkeeper. I mean,
we're going to talk about him later because we should.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to.
Out of the Champions League last season largely because of him. This season starts okay, but we know the mistakes are coming around the corner. We've got signed him because of distribution. Pretty non-existent, actually. Who else do we sign in that transfer window? Mason Mount. We've barely seen him play since. He's barely into double figures in terms of appearances at Manchester United. Yeah, he's like a third highest paid player at the club now. Number 7 shirt, doesn't play. And then the other one is Rasmus Højlund, who he can't score goals. He hasn't scored goals in nearly 20 games. And I'm tired of the service argument when it comes to Rasmus Højlund because it's fake. The service argument does not exist because Chido came on last night, a 17-year-old, and in 52 minutes proved that actually, maybe we don't create a ton of chances, but as James pointed out last week, create as many big chances in the Premier League as Nottingham Forest. They're top 4 at the moment. Last night, Chido came on the pitch for 50 minutes, and actually, the service is kind of what you make of it. Your movement off the ball. A half chance. Bassi, he has Højlund in his pocket whole game. Comes on Chido last night. Give him a bit of a nudge. Suddenly you got a chance in the box. Or you can play off the shoulder of someone and you can show a bit of something. And actually, again, that transfer window, the fact that a couple of years later, Johnny Evans is the best signing out of that. And he's old and injured. It's madness. Absolute madness. And I don't know, to unpick that, it actually really has set us back like 4 or 5 years because, well, however long all of their contracts are, because we ain't selling Casemiro. It's already come out that he's like, I don't want to leave. Why would he? Mason Mount, nobody will touch him. Andre Onana today, I want to stay. Well, who would want to leave Man United? Who would? You wouldn't want to leave.
Over to you, Ineos. Ruthless so-and-sos. Here you go. Wow, let's see how crazy
it's real bad, though. I mean, look at the comparison, right? Like, I know people are not super high on last summer's window in general. Like, they're not super high on it, but make the comparison of the 5 players we signed last window in Xerxes, Yoro, Ugarte, De Ligt, and Mazraoui, right? Well, all 5 of those players are at least on the pitch. They're playing. They're contributing. I mean, Xerxes, De Ligt, they put in a shift in that game. They did 120 minutes every second of it. Compare that to the 5 before it that you just mentioned. Onana, Mount, Højlund, Casemiro, and Antony. That's the 5 signings before that. That's when you compare it, is the last 5 good enough? Maybe? No. But when you compare it to the 5 that came before, it's on another planet. It does come down to recruitment, like even okay recruitment. We weren't even doing okay. It was absolute
everything
disaster,
was a fail.
Like the worst possible. 0 out of 5. Huge money, huge wages. huge injuries, nothing. They can't even get in the squad, half of these players, or they're not even here anymore. It is an absolute disaster. I just wanted to comment on, you know, on Amorim, why, you know, back in, because I thought that was a good discussion point as well.
Yeah, I was going to go back to that. That was good.
And for me, you know, I'm kind of back it because I didn't back Ten Hag in the same way at all, as opposed to the other two. That's why I wanted to speak about it. The reason I'm backing Amorim for me is that he's doing, I think, what Ten Hag didn't. You know, when we watched Ten Hag's first preseason on that tour, we were all like, this is kind of good. This is kind of exciting. You know, we're playing a different type of football. You know, we're being aggressive. We went into those first 2 games and lost. We didn't play anything like that football we saw in his first preseason, the rest of his time at United. We didn't even try. And it changed just overnight in terms of switching, you know, going back to the low block, going back to the transition football, going back to all of that, buying Casemiro, these types of things. I thought he abandoned it too quickly. And for me, I always had doubts because of that he didn't stick to what he wanted the day he got hired, which is why he got hired, you know? And that's why I back Amorim. Whether it's going to work, what has he shown so far? No idea. It doesn't matter. But he will stick to that. And I think that at United, we've needed someone to do that forever, right? We've needed someone to bring an idea and stick to it no matter what, because that's a big part of the reason why you can't get the recruitment right. If you don't know what you're recruiting for and you don't have something that is definite, that is, this is what we are doing, it's laid in stone, it's concrete, it's the next year, it's the next 2 years, it's the next 3 years, how can you recruit for that? It's random. You're just picking players out of a hat because that guy's good, that guy's good, that guy's available, that guy's decent. There's nothing, there's no theme coming through all of it. And I think it's been a big part, not blaming, you know, that, because that comes from the top and that should come from the top. I'm not saying it's all on Ten Hag or something like that, but I'm backing Amorim for that. I want to see somebody lay down a way to play that the club stick with for years and years and years and build something, you know.
Can I ask a question?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
So are we as a football club signing for the football club or signing for the manager? I've always believed in the notion of that you're meant to sign for the manager. Like no one's been able to fully make me understand why you signed for the football club. Like as a Manchester United, we've always signed for, like, the problem with Ole was he didn't get Jude Bellingham, Haaland. He had a set type of footballer in his mind that was going to create his style of football and upregulate it. Same thing with Ten Hag. Casemiro is not his signing, guys. Yeah. He was head over heels on Frankie de Jong. So if you've got Frankie de Jong, it would be a whole different universe that you're operating in.
Do you know what
I think we've done neither.
I think if my honest thing, with Amorim to stick to the principles thing, I personally think what's happened is that we've gone so far one way to see a guy in Ten Hag not have a style of play, like not know what he wants to do. We started crying out for the identity, like what are you trying to do? So we're crying out for somebody who like sticks to it, because like James said, Ten Hag had his way that we wanted from Ajax, but we never saw it, and he compromised on them values. So because we saw that for so long, I think what built up was the next guy. I tell you what, I need to see you stick to your thing. I want to see style. I want to see. But I just think, like, if I'm being totally honest, like, let's take our Man United hats off, like, just look at just managers of football clubs, of teams, like top level managers. Yeah, I just think a good trait is also being able to just understand when to maybe tweak some things and mix up some things, and I just think personally, there's no if you're gonna stay to your specific thing and never budge an iota. And when I say not budge an iota, in game, like we said, we've seen Amorim try different things. He's tried different players in different positions. He's tried.
He's changed the formation, Fleck.
He's changed. We've kind of morphed into, sometimes it looks like a 4-4-2 sometimes, and this, that, and the other. But his fundamental principles are: I've still got 3 centre halves. I've still got my wing backs. Like, even when we go down to 10 men, he keeps that. Like, so he's wedded, locked in with that. That's not going to change. Yeah. I'm just saying that it's still okay to be like, well, there's different ways to be a good manager. Like, some managers literally will just adapt. They'll just say, I don't have, my style will always be this, ideally. But until I get it, I'm going to do this until I get to the summer. Now, because we're convoluting things with players whereby they failed loads of managers as well, that's why we're more behind this one to say, don't let them win.
I'll disagree a little bit though, Flex, because we would say if it gets to next season, why don't the players know the system yet? That'll be the first argument. Why is it taking so long for a system to be established? We've played a certain brand of football for so long, and you have to eradicate that. We have to eradicate that style of play where we've been a counter-attacking team for so many years, bro. And we're comfortable in the low. Like he said it the other day, like we're in the game against
Ipswich.
What was our game before this? Yes. He said, look, they love it. Like Maguire and those players, they want to play low block and resolute, and that's their game. I don't want to play like that. Which he basically said, that's a system I have no interest in. I did it just because, like, I took off Garnacho and left on like the tall guys that was gonna win it. Like, this is not the football that I want to play. So we're always gonna do that thing where there has been that thing. He has adapted. I'm gonna say it's more. This has been media led, really, when it talks about he's unwilling to adapt. The media's forced it down everyone's throats that he won't adapt, and he does every game he does. And they're saying he's unwilling to tweak it. All I keep hearing is very stubborn, won't do this, won't do that. But then I see stubborn managers all over the league, but he will make those changes, and we've watched it with our own eyes, you know. But now it's the greatest talking point.
We're not seeing improvement. So if you're not,
but you say something for long enough, it becomes true. You say something for long enough, it becomes true. It's like what you say about. It's like what people say about Bruno. And then it's become true that he's this player, is that, or he's the problem. But then you're watching it with your own eyes and saying, how is this guy the problem? But everyone said it for so long, grenade with the ball, this, that, and the other. He's one of the most effective players, but that's not important anymore because it's been proven he flails his arms, and that's a problem. And he's the only player in football that flails his arm, by the way. It's just become a thing.
Ruben's winning results, though. That's the problem.
No, I'm with you. I'm saying that. I'm just the point I'm really trying to make is, it's been said so much, they're making it out as if Ruben is not flexible. The only thing he said he's not changing is the back three. But I've changed everything around this back three. But this is my solid foundation, which I like to build from. And I don't think that's a bad thing for a manager to say. I don't think that's beyond the pale.
I think it's positive though for him, KG, because I think, to be honest, because it's kind of like a weird paradox, because Manchester United financially are in such bad shape, there is an element of job security for Ruben Amorim that, like, they can't really do anything. You know what I mean? So he does have this like weird cushion of
it's the free hit. Right, it's the free hit that I brought up ages ago. He has it.
It's not necessarily. Well, in the sense of, I mean almost financially, not necessarily like. From a performance point of view, but it's kind of like, well, look, we're set in title. Season's nearly done. We're sad about Europa. Like, let's be honest, we haven't won Europa. I thought we had a better chance of winning the FA Cup.
We don't know. Hey, we don't do that. We don't know.
across two legs.
We don't, guys. We do not stop speaking in total until it's done. You can't say
it's unlikely.
That.
It's very. I
you
think
said you're not winning Europa.
All right. It's unlikely we win the Europa League, I think.
There you go.
In the same way, it's unlikely that whatever that asteroid was going to
be fair, I mean, one of the biggest competitors is Tottenham, and it's not like they've been any good. I mean, aren't they below us in the Premier League table? All things considered,
they beat us 3 times. They beat us 3 times this season.
It's 4 times the charm. Okay, I mean, look,
exactly. Yeah,
this club is ridiculous.
This
club is ridiculous. I hear you, but this club is ridiculous, and we could find ourselves in a final.
Not this time.
The thing is, we were saying this about the FA Cup. We're the holders of the competition last season. The draws open up. We
could have won. We could have won on Sunday, though. I mean, we're a penalty kick away from winning. You know,
we could have won every game. We could have won
every game. I'm saying you need to just be lucky. I'm not saying that we're going to do it.
KG, we are not losing games because of bad luck at the moment. We are not losing games because of bad luck.
No, but you're going to luck on your side.
You just said you're backing this guy. You don't know what. You just said you're backing all. I don't even know why.
We are not losing games.
You have an issue with my belief. So you like
Wait,
issue.
wait,
All
I don't have
So,
an issue with
You have,
belief.
you have an issue with the
I'm saying
realism.
that.
You have
I'm
an issue
saying that
saying
there's a
we ain't gonna win that.
possibility.
You have an
Based
issue
off
with me
of
saying
the
we're not
real
going to. You
fundamental
have an
things
issue.
that's wrong.
You have an issue with my belief. I said we're not going to win Europa League.
No,
You said I can't say
no,
that.
but you said it can't happen. You just said it can't happen, and I said
we're not going to win
say
Europa League, and you said you can't
That's his
say that,
opinion.
and then you've gone, oh, you've got an issue with my belief.
Well, let me ask you
All right.
something. Though.
Talking
Hold on
out
a
both
second.
sides of your mouth, as I always say.
Because
No, I mean,
Exactly.
you don't know what's happening. But once again, you're doing it. You're doing that thing again, and I sometimes then you'll be like, "Oh, KG, you did make that point." Right. I'm just saying that we're in the competition until we get knocked out. You can't say that. That's a factual. That's a factual statement.
Well, obviously, KG. I mean,
Yeah. So I'm saying you can't say we're not winning. You can't now say
they've got the nerve. They've got the nerve to say you're a fence sitter. KG's saying until we're out of the competition, we're still in it. This revolutionary take.
Listen,
That until we're eliminated, we're still in the competition.
If we happen to get to the final, I don't want to hear because I will be. I told you so. If we get to the final, I will be out
because you said we're not eliminated.
I don't want to hear now's not the time. Now's not the time for I told you so.
He said win it. He said we're not going to win it. If we get to a final,
no, because I'll be telling I told you so before we get there. I'll be saying
I told you so.
KG, can we still mathematically win the Premier League? Can we still mathematically win the Premier League? Is that even possible?
No,
well, until mathematically we haven't, there's still a chance. Isn't that right, Marcel? Isn't that right, Marcel? Of course we can.
You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
You're doing the same thing.
I think we mathematically can't, though. I think factually that's incorrect, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we've been eliminated, haven't we?
Yeah, I think factually that's incorrect. I would be spewing the same thing you're saying right now, Owen.
Are we going to get relegated? Are we going to get relegated, KG?
What's that?
Do you think we're going to get relegated?
Are we going to get relegated? I think we're not safe just yet, but we should be safe.
What do you think will happen?
We got to win our game.
Wait, no.
No. Hey, listen. I think with the drop,
there's major hypocrisy going on here because the amount of fence sitting you're doing, KG,
this happens here every week. I say something, and then you hold on. You lot do this every week. I say something. I just said,
it's our fault.
Okay, it's not your fault.
I said we are not going to win the Europa League, and you have said I cannot say that.
Until it
happens, I cannot say we're not going to win the Europa League.
Yeah, we can get relegated.
We did get mathematically eliminated from winning the league this last week, this last game week, because we could only get 66 points.
So that's a fact. That's okay. So that one's
now because according to KG, I can go on the record now and say we are not going to win the Premier League this season. Factual.
It's fine. All I'm saying is I'll be support. I'm not giving up on Europa, and you don't know what can happen. That's it.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying you can't believe that. You're allowed to.
Owen, let me ask you something, because you said we're not losing games because of bad luck, but don't you think we are not getting any good luck either in some of these things? Like you take some of the chances we had yesterday. Cheeto could have scored a goal and won a game. He could have. He was close. Leno made a couple really good saves, in that game that he could have scored a goal. We could have won that game.
Is that luck though? I mean, there's an
argument.
There's an argument to be made against Everton.
Teams got lucky against us because Onana's chucking it in his own net. Teams have gotten lucky against us because our keeper makes mistakes. Where's the opposition keeper doing an Onana for us?
Is that luck though? I mean, really,
we make their own luck. For them, it's luck. For them, it's luck. For us, it's
against
not,
Everton. Against Everton, there's an argument to be made. I agreed with the VAR decision, but how often does that actually get overturned? I think we probably got a bit lucky in that sense. Referee gives it on the pitch. It got overturned. Bit of luck with that one.
We went through to that round. The round we just went out of.
Harry Maguire, he was offside.
We literally just offside.
We won that match because we were lucky. There was no VAR in that game. You know what I mean?
It was level. It was level. We would have had extra time. We could have won anyway.
It's like C1 Chaos says there. That Onana's not bad luck. He's just rubbish.
But for the opposition, it is luck.
We chose to buy him.
It's all about perspective. You know what I mean? We don't. When is someone going to make a mistake? For us, like Onana's been making. That's my question. When are we going to get a little bit of that?
Own goal. They scored an own goal, didn't they? Ipswich.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad luck, though. That was a good ball into the box. Coming flying off a couple players.
But basically, it probably won't happen, James, because they again, you speak about recruitment. People don't buy stupid ass players like we do. So it's
true.
like, it's not even luck, it's
That's
just
true.
incompetence.
That's
Where
true.
we're going into
That's
a different
true,
thing of
isn't it?
you did this to yourself. You sabotaged yourself. We can't say to the other teams, you're lucky you're playing us because we've made some shit decisions. You're lucky our team shit. You're lucky you got a chance today, Calvin Bassey. You're lucky you played against Hoyland, you are. Like, no, we chose to go spend 60 million.
Meanwhile, they got Onana's playing.
I don't know. I think they are really playing
Are we unlucky to have Ahmad out for the rest of the season?
Yes, unlucky. Yeah,
you need some luck with injuries. You need some luck with players. You need
where was we when he was there? We were still hanging on by
We were better. We were better.
We was way better. It was way better.
Are we lucky that we've got Bruno Fernandes?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Is that luck?
Yeah, because our recruitment's been so shit. It's like rolling a dice to get a good player.
We're now down the rabbit hole of what is defined as luck, aren't we?
100%.
No, but sometimes, but there's some. You know when there's some things that just, you look and read. There's moments when you say, "Oh, that's so unlucky." There's moments when you're like, "Geez, that's just terrible." Especially even like penalty shootout and stuff. That's a game of obviously skill, but there's a lot of luck in it. Keepers luckily dive that way. You know, when he saved it.
So we luckily won the penalty shootout against Coventry last season. Was that good luck?
But to be fair, it definitely was. I mean, we got through that on offsides on that game.
But
we never really get that much good luck, did we? Apart from that offside decision and the penalty shootout win against Coventry.
I think you need to. Fergie said it best time. Fergie said we need to be lucky as well. Let's not have it.
Yeah, but you can't be this shit and ask for bare luck, bro. This is disgraceful.
Yeah, we're 15th in the league.
This is nasty work. What we're doing. We don't get to talk about luck when we're this shit. Let's call this as it is. I can't not believe we even talk about luck. We are dead. We are finished. Like, we're so shit. We should not be talking about luck. I'm sorry.
Bring Cheeto on. Cheeto's coming on.
I'll tell you what's lucky. It's lucky there's 3 teams worse than us in the league, so we don't go down. That's what's lucky that we've picked this season to be this shit. There's a bit of luck.
That's true. I could agree with that.
If you're looking for luck, that's it there. The fact that Leicester, Ipswich, and Southampton are worse than us. That's
you want to talk about luck. KG left the country and we lost again. That's bad luck.
And we're allowed to say that. We're allowed to say that, but I can't say what I say. It's mental because it's my fault.
No, you told Owen he couldn't say what.
No, I'm saying that going back to some of the stuff I was talking about before. There's always a chance. That's all.
Well, yeah, so
if I can be blamed for leaving the country, but I can't go to listen to how it goes. I can't go to games because we lose, but I leave the country. And what is this then?
KG, so I have to stay in London. Bro. I tapped the goalpost 4 times. It was all my fault.
That's bullshit.
I have to go on the solo streams. I always lose every single time,
bro. Stop trying to victim mentality, bro. It's not just you, bro. We've all been accused of. Don't do that, Flex. Don't do that, Owen. Don't do that, KG, bro. It's not just you, bro. It happens. Yeah. You know what I mean? What can you do? It's part of life, bro.
Banana settings.
Let's talk about Onana actually.
Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, because there's a load of super chats. So let me get these out, and then it's Onana time actually. Let's go here. Amorim. Hate these terms that just start becoming the terms. It's just crazy. Amorim, but they don't rate Big Sam. We are mid. We're not getting high profile coach. If he's sacked, nobody risking their career for that. I wouldn't. And C1 Chaos says, are you guys at all worried about relegation in the next few years? Mounting debt, bad recruitment, and no Europe reminds me of the early 2000s Leeds. He's thinking a bit beyond this. Like, yeah, we might survive it now, but is it that bad where we actually will be in and around this position every year is what he's essentially asking.
Nah, they won't allow it next season.
Okay. Sulai Jr. says, Iriola, since we ain't got money, he's a coach. Done a great job at Bournemouth, but of course, make the step up to Man United, as we've seen. Amorim's doing a great job at bloody Sporting, and it
costs money to get him as well.
And costs money to get him as well. WJ Barrett says, we all wanted players out. Hard reset. It's going to be bad. Rock bottom. These players know they're done, and they are showing it on the pitch with a lack of effort. Trust Amorim. Summer will be fun. And Carl says, you talk about Casemiro and Onana as failed signings by the club, but you all praise the club with songs and chants when these players signed. Hypos, hypos, hypocrites is what Carl is saying. It's our
How
fault.
dare
We
you
welcome.
praise
No, we're
these
just
Don't
guys.
welcome in any
We're
new
just
players.
saying, you know?
Make
Exactly.
sure you
Not
make
our
it as
job.
hostile for any new side. Make it uncomfortable for them. Do not support them. Do not get behind them. Do not cheer for them. Do not encourage them to do well at the club until they've had 3 years here of solid work.
You want to talk about bad luck? No more songs, KG. That's on you. Yeah, the Onana
Yeah, I've
song.
stopped. I've got any song that I make, I've stopped. But then even that, I've decided if that's gonna make a difference, I'm going for it. If it means support them less, I'll do it. If that's what you're telling me I need to do, support them less, I'm gonna support them less.
No, I'm
That's
saying
what-
be your authentic self. Make more
100%
songs for the
KG.
next players that
Don't
come in.
change, bro.
Yeah.
You said to me,
Nah,
don't
nah,
retract
nah,
things.
nah.
I
No,
thought he was gonna
Stay
say
there.
something.
Hold on.
Here
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
we go.
That's what you like doing, making so you're retracting them songs. Don't
Yeah,
retract.
I've totally
Don't
took for the
retract.
great
You-
good.
That's what you
Yeah,
like doing.
You made
I will
songs.
retract.
You like me. You said you was an artist. You said you
Get rid of it.
performed
Yeah.
in England at the Mobos.
Get rid of them.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Please don't retract.
Bro.
They do you
Get
up.
rid of the
I'm
songs,
not.
bro.
I'm not allowed to
Trinity
retract.
and
wait,
that in your heart.
Wait.
It sounds like talking out both sides of your mouth. English Talent FC says,
Oh, go and write it down.
take a good look at Manager FC. Disgraceful you all. Sub says, show me one forward that Eric Ten Hag signed who had elite playmaking season of 20 plus goal involvements before joining United. None of them. And Roberti, let me fly through these, bro, and then the floor is yours. Robertinho says, big up the GOATs, Hoyland Mount and fast food Lukaku. Wow, interesting. English Talent FC says his system got out-possessed by Fulham at home.
That's
Dwayne
not true.
They had a lot of the ball. They did, KG. They had like 67%
Really?
I think that's a bit ridiculous though, because a lot of games we get criticized for having possession and not doing anything with it.
I know.
So you gotta, you know,
Basically, if you don't
one
win,
criticism, you
it's
know,
just,
yeah.
it's null and void. Dwayne
It is
says
factually accurate.
Amorim has 2 seasons to earn the extension contract, and I believe he will. What I wanted from him this season was fix the culture, and he's doing that. Uncle, big up Uncle, he's in here. Uncle says some players will never play well because they know that they will be sold. We've seen this before. They know Amorim don't want them, so why try? That's what you're seeing. You're seeing the worst of the worst because they're like, what's the point? English Talent also says, English Talent's on a roll, by the way. He's saying we've become what we've hated. We are Liverpool, who for years celebrated Gerrard, which is our Bruno, is he saying, stats, while we celebrated Scholes trophies. Like Asna, top 4 is our aim. And Robertinho says, big up the panel. Here we go. Shout out N'Golo Canteen, man like fast food Lukaku, and Ruben no Amorim. It's peak for you, man. If City lose the derby, I'll donate subs. All right. Oh, yeah, you're a City fan, yeah? All right. Cool.
Yeah, Robertinho. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, Robertinho. All right. Big up to you, bro. Big up.
Other delegations still.
Yeah, okay. He's coming through. Oh, you got City. He's a delegate. He's got City as a delegate, yeah?
Hey, listen, the up delegates are crazy, bro.
That's a mad contamination, getting delegates in by the ops. Whoa, that's a crazy mix, especially with the record of
no, you're not Canada, mate.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
No, you're not Canada, mate.
WJ Barrett said, yeah, exactly. WJ Barrett says, guys, we didn't want the FA Cup. It's all about the Europa League. Our name's on the trophy. Trust me. Trust the process. Believe. I'm ready for the remix. WJ Barrett's on it. He also says, Flex, watch Ted Lasso and you will believe. Yeah, I got to the season 2. I never actually finished it off.
Oh, thanks for the support, bro. Thank you.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. You know, I'll get back to it. Yeah, stop watching. I got to the bit where he couldn't score a penalty, and then get back to it. So yeah, I'll get back to it. Yeah. So
I left and came to your channel with no money, by the way. Just saying.
Good. Oh, here's the bit where I go. There you go. Well. And it's worked so far, and this is what happens when you put on
KG, he watched you in Death in Paradise. Hey, that was me.
One episode. Fuck off.
So did I as well.
I sent you a nice message.
Yeah.
I sent you a nice message.
One episode. One episode.
I saw you in the control room.
Wait, hold on. Did you want all the Bloods?
I watched Bloods.
Yes, I
did. You watch all of it?
Yeah.
No live legs. It's Ramadan.
I didn't watch all of it. No, didn't watch all of it.
What's that BBC drama? What's that BBC drama with the 2 police officers? You had the opening scene of that.
I'm in a scene. I'm in the catch-up.
In the control room. Saw that.
Thanks, guys. Brilliant.
I came to your show. with the FA
Yeah,
Cup.
I came
in
to your
game
show
2
as well.
Me and Marcel.
Yeah,
It's okay. Let's not make. We want to talk about Onana.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Onana.
You know?
It's a bigger problem.
Larry says, henceforth, any bad play from Dalot and Onana, I'll classify it as bad luck. They were unlucky to do whatever they did. You know, Onana, KG. Listen, you don't know if it's going to continue as bad as this. He might get better. Discuss.
Such a dick.
Just discuss. I'm saying.
Actually, no. This is serious. Marcel, you've got some crimes to answer for, because I've seen a lot of people actually. Every time Andre Onana makes a mistake, they go, "Where's Marcel?" I don't know what this means, Flex. You'll have to explain to me. They'll say he needs to be rushed. But they say
they wanted to hurry up and make his point, is what they mean.
Exactly. And why? Because you harassed De Gea at the club. You said we needed to move on, and Onana was the replacement. And now you're going to say our Claudio Bravo signing's a lot more expensive than Claudio Bravo. Marcel, what's going on?
He's been, I think we all pointed out his technical flaws from the very beginning. Just the way he saves and dives for the ball, the way he covers the goal. But, like I said, he is the Bravo signing. I think it was a step in direction. I think, David De Gea had come to his end.
In what direction, by the way? The right direction? That's a finish. You didn't finish the statement.
Yeah, so the direction of being a holistic goalkeeper, a goalkeeper that can play with, a goalkeeper that can play with their feet. Wow, I missed that. Sorry, guys.
Carry on.
So a goalkeeper that can play with their feet and can use their hands as well, cover more areas of the goal. You want and a holistic. Let's just say we needed someone like Manuel Neuer. Then he can rush out, he can cover areas of the pitch, because we wanted to get our lines higher up the pitch. So you needed that to be from the very starting position. The first start of defending, I guess, the ball is attack, and you want to keep the ball in the opposition's half so that you're always defending your goal, and you need a goalkeeper to kind of that line and that space, those yards between the goalkeeper and the defense. It was a big problem for De Gea. Also,
do you owe De Gea an apology?
No, not at all. It was his time.
Looking back with this keeper versus De Gea, though, if you could choose one, who you keeping? Who you having?
I would choose David De Gea. I think the principle of obviously having and that's on hindsight though, KG. But I think if I was to go, if I brand this step in the right direction as a Bravo signing, I can't remember who Liverpool had before. They also had a situation like that, and I think also maybe Arsenal had a situation like that as well. Yeah, Carriers, so it's just been the story of like you was talking about habits, KG. We are counter-attacking side, and we need to evolve, and that process is turbulence, and that's all you're seeing there in the particular goalkeeper situation.
I'm bringing him back, on a free.
I would never do that, because then
has he only got a year?
Free. I'm bringing him back. If you lot entertain Pogba, I'm allowed to bring this one back. I'm bringing him back.
No, but look, we do this a lot, though. We do this all the time.
Him back.
Do you know what? If Pogba and David De Gea take 100k a week wages, and it's ultra sensible wages, then yeah, I can find myself in a position to say, why not?
Come on.
Back. Just
because look, we do this.
Start recruiting properly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Thinking about this.
It's just recruitment.
Guys, we haven't got money, and it's free.
No. Hold on, but that doesn't do anything. It's not free, right? I mean, we're paying. Johnny Evans is a nice guy, and he's done all right, but he's been paid the whole season to do nothing, because we shouldn't be bringing players back to pay them a lot of money to sit and not play for us. It's not going forward with that.
Wait, do you think if you had Onana and David De Gea at the team, he wouldn't play?
No, I think that at the end of the day, you'd still be saying, when are we going to get Harrison in the team to play goalkeeper? We'd all be sitting there saying, let's get one of the youth up.
Really?
I don't want to see this anymore.
I've never seen Harrison defend. I've never seen him in goal. I don't know how.
We'd be saying get another keeper. We would.
Yeah, we would.
I definitely
would. We do it all the time.
You were saying it. You said he's got to go. He's got to go.
We do it all the time.
I changed my mind.
We know players have to go. But hold on. We know players have to go. But the problem is, you can replace them and get it wrong. That doesn't mean the original decision was wrong. I've seen a lot of that with.
I missed that. I'm telling you right now, I missed that. What we're getting through right now, I miss David De Gea every day. I look at Onana and think,
it's because Onana's not enough. Wait,
but do you remember that actually the end of De Gea's time here? Because
Of course I did. I said he's got to go over and over again.
Horrific.
Yeah, but you'll tend to remember the good times. Everybody does, about players that have brought the good times and not the bad times. Because I remember sitting there in that, oh my God, in that Europa League shootout has literally broken my entire soul for shootouts, man. I cannot watch shootouts without having like a massive blood pressure rise since then, and it was not like that before. And I just
Sevilla in Europa League. Remember that? Remember that his last season, Sevilla in the Europa League away from home when it was like
we were out.
He passed it to McGuire.
We were out.
Yeah. Then
the
Ziri one when he came out.
Look, we just have to recruit better. We just have to recruit better.
People have spoken about, and I just want to know. I either want it to be quickly shut down, or there could be a discussion. I'm just throwing it out there because loads of people will talk about it. Southampton are going to get relegated, and it means our Ramsdale will be cheap.
Yes. Yes, and yes.
You got concentration issues. You want to bring him to Man United?
Is it as a shot stopper? That's what I'm saying.
You got put me in goal, bro.
Let's discuss properly. Has he got concentration? Has he got concentration issues? Not good.
It's Pickford and Ramsdale who I'll go for.
He's been relegated 4 times.
On my picks right now.
He's been relegated 4 times.
Andy Robertson was relegated.
What do you think about James Trafford? What do you think about?
He's brilliant as well. He's brilliant as well. Young up and coming.
United like him. He's only 20 million.
He's really good as well. Yeah, James Trafford.
Yeah.
Wait, are we saying? Wait, Flex, are you saying Ramsdale?
Does City have anything on James Trafford still? Is that
Are you saying? Are you saying?
I wouldn't.
Okay, cool.
I wouldn't. He is better than Onana though. But again, we don't want to go into like Onana has to go.
Is it?
But who do you exactly? The person you replace him with, he was a far better shot stopper than Andre Onana. Way better. But like you said, when you the minute bits of it, like Arteta saw, there's little bits in his game that start. He's losing concentration, a bit erratic, wants to come and do a lot of stuff. He's not always calm, but it's because he's way better than Onana. It's like
it's not easy, by the way. It's not. Look how many keepers Chelsea got. Look how many keepers Chelsea got under their books, and I know they've just gone. We're not going to get another goalkeeper. They got like 8, and all of them are rubbish. To find like a good keeper now, it is difficult. Well, I don't think Ramsdale would be that one. You know, as much as actually like he did get a bit of a rough go of it with Arsenal, and was he massively a problem? You know what it is though? It goes back to this, and this goes back to it. It's not that getting rid of De Gea was the problem in the same way not getting rid of Ramsdale was a problem at Arsenal. It's who you replaced him with. They replaced him with a better goalkeeper, so they don't care. We replaced him with a worse goalkeeper, so we care. If we replaced him with someone better, we wouldn't care. That's the problem.
But there's a beauty in it, though, Owen. We are now learning what the minerals are required are. It's like I've been saying. Liverpool found that out. Liverpool found that out. Arsenal found it out. City found it out. It's the process.
They're well-run clubs, Marcel. We're not. You know, they get it right. We get it wrong. You know, we don't learn nothing. What have we learned?
In the world of optimism, we've done one brilliant signing right now in Dorgu, so that's a step forward in that kind of field and in that vein. So let's see.
We don't know if it's brilliant yet. We can't say it's brilliant.
It's not brilliant, Fleck. You're right.
He can say what he wants. What he wants.
All right. Yeah.
KG.
He's allowed to say that. Say that.
No, I hear you. I hear you guys, bro. Because the same way I feel like people are being too crazy over Amorim and he's just got in the door. It's the same kind of thing. Dorgu's just got here, so it's not brilliant, but it looks like it's steadying things. And if they can bring another goalkeeper, I think Ramsdale steadies things. Onana is disgraceful. It really, no, honestly,
actually, you see that point. Actually, you see that point there, Marcel. Just quickly there, KG, because I know you're wincing, yeah. And everyone in the chat said no to Ramsdale, but you see on that point there about like how we steady things for like a couple of years, then you move on to the next, and then you move on to the next. I'm not saying like try create a culture where like it's everything short term. But because there's loads of things to fix, and say Ramsdale was a real cheap option. Do you? Yeah, but I don't know if he wants to come back, and if that, I'm just saying.
What's he gonna fix? What's he gonna fix?
Would he?
What the hell is Ramsdale gonna fix, guys?
It'd fix what Onana's doing.
Yeah,
and you have to buy him. You have to actually do a transfer. You have to pay for him. Out of that team.
But there is no such thing as a free transfer, by the way, KJ.
I know it's not free, but I'm saying
it goes on to signing fees, agent fees.
Yeah, but it's
you don't think De Gea's agent would want to get something off Manchester United? How we treated him? They'd be like,
how much would we sign Ramsdale for if we was to go for him?
It's a good question, actually.
Does he have a release clause? He might. If he went from Arsenal to Southampton, there might be something.
He might have a relegation clause as well.
That's what I mean. A relegation release clause.
I think he'd be quite cheap. Would we be?
I'd
like,
rather
how
keep
much
that
would we
number
go there
2
for?
that we
15?
sold. Oh, yeah,
If you could sign Aaron Ramsdale for
What,
15 million pounds, would you do it?
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Was
An
it
immediate
Kovar?
yes. It's an immediate one. It's an immediate one, Fleck.
15 million.
It's
To sort the
immediately
goalkeeper
done.
for a bit.
It's immediate. What, you get rid of Onana for 20, so there's a 5 mil profit right there.
Do you know what is interesting though? Is that it goes back to sample size, yeah? Because if we were signing a goalkeeper that from a team that got relegated in say La Liga, we'd be like, well, they must know. They must know we're excited about it. It's like signing Dorgu from Lecce, isn't it?
Yeah. Or if we were trying to get him after like straight out of Arsenal because they got Raya, we're like, oh, Raya's good, but they might not have been that angry. But everyone's saying no, so no, wouldn't get him for 15.
15 million.
Would you buy him for 10?
Oh my god!
Was that?
Yes.
I wouldn't sign him for nothing.
Was it
I
Suzuki
wouldn't
the one
sign
that you were
Ramsdale
interested
for
in?
nothing.
Then he went Palmer in the end, wasn't it? It was Suzuki. We were like close, and he was like, I want to play actually games. And
I'd bring that player back. Kovar. I'd bring him back.
Kovar.
Is
I would
there
bring
a
Kovar back as well. Yeah,
we ain't seen him play in the Premier League. We don't know. How do we know?
Hey, listen,
we saw him play like one pre-season game, and it was like,
we don't know.
That's it. I just want to do
Ramsdale is a good shot stopper, though. He's a good shot.
He doesn't play at Leverkusen either, does he, Kovar? He's backup, isn't he?
Bring him in. I bet he's better than Onana.
No,
I bet you way better than Onana.
Onana might be like one of the worst keepers in the league.
Bayern Dier's better than Onana.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
That is
terrible.
The thing.
Oh
he
God.
is the worst. When you look at pound for pound, because we've had the problem is when we've had some of the dodgy goalkeepers, you say, well, Roy Carroll and them man, and like, they weren't like legit like number ones in it. Like, they weren't, when we've gone and got the legit number ones, so like the David De Gea's, the Van der Sars, the Barthez, like that. When we had like Foster and Howard, but obviously he was eccentric and crazy, so we're like, oh, bloody hell. But he had some pedigree about him, innit? World Cup and that.
Smoking at half time.
He's just eccentric, ahead of his time, probably. But like when you do look at 09, you go, well, you spent the best part of just under 50 million, and you wanted it, and you go, that's gonna be your number one. He's pound for pound the worst.
Do you know what's mad? Do you know what we all did in the comps as well? We ignored it. Onana was doing the same carries and the same.
You're right. You're right. Because we went, nah, it's just, again, part of life. It's just part of him. It's just, nah. And again, catfish
everywhere.
Champions League final, bro. Champions League final again. The one game we went, look at that. Look how he passes out from the back.
No, we're Muppets. When you go and watch the Onana comms here, you're like, oh my God, he's doing what he does here. He's doing all of the same shit. Oh, I can't believe
we've got to start ignoring Pep, because if Pep praises a player that we sign or a manager that we're just about to get, he plays some weird 4D chess, doesn't he? Because every single time that happened, he goes, brilliant player. No, we couldn't press him in the Champions League final. We couldn't press him.
I know. And I was using that in that summer of him on the way in. I'm like, shut up. What the guy Pep even Pep said, shut up.
Can't press him. Can't press him.
Yeah, let's finish off the super chats before we wrap up. Larry says, Marcel, you were right. De Gea had to go. Liverpool had Karius after Millionaire. Asna had Ramsdale after Leno. City had Bravo after Joe Hart. It just happens in that middle one before you find the one. Eminem says, only one former United keeper suits Amorim, and that's Kovar. And Aboki says, Marcel, what are you on? Pickford and Ramsdale, come on. And Sub says, don't sleep on Muric at Ipswich, and Trafford is good. A lot of people are saying Sells as well. He's doing really well at Forest. There's a few, and then obviously in the continent, I know some gems in it. I don't profess to watch all the games in La Liga to find out, a mid-table keeper in La Liga or Liga or something. I don't know, but hence why we go the people who are getting paid the big bucks in recruitment. Christian Vavell now. This is you, bro.
Permanent.
Yes, Vavels. Yeah, permanent. Yeah. You are permanent, Vavels. So you better start Vavelling, bro. You better start Vavelling.
And he took a pay cut as well.
Exactly. So you really wanted to be here. So you got to show it us. Guys, thanks for watching. Big up to everybody who's watched the show. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Make sure you subscribe to everyone's platforms and social medias. They're all there in the link in the video description below. Make sure you go and show love to each and everybody. Tomorrow, Flexing KG show. Actually, KG, just before we get out, I'll touch you quickly about that.
You got to make it big.
Oh, you got to. Yeah, actually, I'll call you tomorrow morning. That's fine.
All right,
that's fine. Yeah. And tomorrow morning show again. We'll see what is going on in the world at Manchester United as we lead up to the Europa League game away at Sociedad as well. So there's a lot going on, guys. We're out of here. Take care. We gone. Peace.